Grateful ako for this invitation kasi yun, the last time that I went up on the stage para mag-talk is during yung salutation address nung 10 years ago pa. Nag-graduate din ako ng 4th year high school. And sobrang nakaka-reminisce siya, no? Yung mga awards, ganyan. Natatandaan ko lang ako, dancer of the year. Yung mga natatandaan ko na award ko nung 4th year high school. But right now, di ba, super daming awards na. Nag-evolve na din kung ano yung mga special awards sa loob ng 10 years na graduate ako. So, ayun. As we continue on this one, I want to start by saying that I am a proud alumna of Pearl National High School and I will always will be. And gusto ko na after ng inspirational talk na ito is ganun din yung maging foundation nyo na ano man ang mangyari, saan mo kayo makarating or lumipat mo kayo ng ibang lugar, lagi kayong babalik dito sa Pearl National High School. Just like how I am always coming back. Na every time na pag-uwi ako dito, hindi ako pumunta doon sa high school. At yun, magtingin-tingin, bisita, ganyan. Kasi andun yung heart ko, and yung love ko sa kung saan ako nagsimula. So, ito, like a trivia lang. So, during my second year ata, is parang nag-isip ako na I want to go din sa ibang lugar para doon mag-continue ng secondary education ko or doon i-finish yung aking high school years. Pero, nagpapasalamat ako ng lubusan sa Panginoon kasi hindi niya hinayaan mangyari yun. And I chose to stay dito sa Pearl National High School. Because first, Pearl National High School truly shaped who I am today and kung ano yung meron ako ngayon standing in front of you. And of course, with the help ng mga esteemed teachers, yun mga advisors ko previously, na tumulong sa akin for me to discover kung ano ba yung kakayanan ko, ano yung passion ko, at kung saan ako magaling. And I know for sure that your teachers right now, your class advisors right now, na tumulong sa inyo for the past 4 years also knows kung saan kayo mas magaling. Diba? Katulad ng pagkakakilala sa inyo ng parents nyo, they also knows yung line of track kung saan kayo mas nag-excel. They also know kung saan kayo mas talented or kung ano pa yung potentials na pwede niyong maging throughout the next years. And today, I want you to remember that this isn't just about completing another grade level or another school year. I want you to remember that this is about completing another foundational chapter of your life. And for that, I really want to congratulate all of you. So bago tayo mag-dive deeper sa team natin ngayon, I want you to tap yung mga katabi niyo ngayon sa upuan. Sabihin niyo sa kanya, kinaya natin pa rin. Diba? Kinaya natin yung junior high. Diba? Congratulate them for the achievement na bawat isa sa inyo is na pagtagumpayan nyo because you deserve it. Diba? Na nalampasan nyo yung 4 years of junior high. Right now, you are prepared to enter kung ano yung next chapter, which is the senior high school. So, ayun po. Let us take a look. Natulong sa inyo ba yun? Pwede bang sabay-sabay natin mensahin yung team natin ngayong araw? Sabay, 1, 2, 3, go! Ayan, so again, ang team po natin this year is Filipino graduates prepared to lead with competence and character. And for me, ang tema po na ito ay isang vision. Bakit? Because this team doesn't only say that you have finished. Rather, it says that you are prepared. Prepared for what? Prepared for better days to come, prepared for the future, and most especially, prepared to lead. Diba? Sinabi kanina ni Ma'am Des sa kanyang opening remarks sa atin, no, na yung leader is more than just a position. Yung pagiging leader is hindi lang yung makikita sa title na nakadugtong sa pangalan mo or kung ano yung additional na tawag dito rankings na meron ka. Leading is more than that. Being prepared to lead is more than that. And ngayon, I want you to remember that leading is something that you do naturally. Na kahit wala kang posisyon, makikita yun sa'yo that you have the capacity to lead. That even though hindi ka in-elect to a certain position, makikita yun sa ginagawa mo and how you work kung paano ka mag-lead. So from here, I want to start by sharing kung ano ba foundations ng leadership ko and kung paano ako na-mold on becoming a leader even though without a position. So, in this one, I want to share that, ayun, sa Cavite kasi ako nagsistay ngayon, pero ako tapos ng college, and right now, I'm serving in a community church. So, as a servant inside the church, meron yung mga ministry, kung familiar kayo, di ba, yung mga nag-worship, meron nagtuturo sa mga bata, meron yung people, so may mga ganong auxiliary. And by that time, habang nag-aaral ako, is I started already na mag-serve or mag-lead sa kids, sa dance, sa youth ministry. Pero hindi pa ako appointed noon as a leader talaga. Parang nagsastand lang, parang tawag dito overseer kasi ako yung pinakamatanda sa amin. And during that time, I was nurtured kung paano ba mag-lead even without the position na inatang sa'yo. So eventually, as you join the workforce, wag agad tayo mag-aim to be the head, okay? Wag agad tayo mag-reach to be at the top. Let's start from the humble beginnings kung saan mas magkakaroon tayo ng experience and tawag dito nurturing sa atin kung saan mas ma-apply natin ang humble beginnings kung ano yung tinuro sa atin dito sa loob ng Ferrol National High School at mga matututunan pa natin for the next coming years. And ayun nga, tawag dito yung binanggit ni Ate Love kanina. No? So I started my working journey in 2019 with One Aviation. So isa po siyang ground handling company and I act as a human resource officer na nag-interview ng mga applicants din na gusto mag-join sa company. But of course, before that, ano ang first step para makakuha ka ng trabaho? Anong unang ginagawa para makakuha ng trabaho? Ha? Mag-a-apply ka. So, syempre, during the application process, no, hindi naman forget na tawag dito, sinabihan ka na shortlisted ka. So, meron pa yung interview sessions and may final interview. So, during yung final interview, funny thing siya kasi nga galing ako dito. Tapos, parang ilang years pa lang ako na nag-stay sa Cavite that time. So, normally, there would be questions and isang, parang sabaw moment siya sa akin. So, tinanong ako kung ano yung expectations ko when it comes to salary. O kunyari, kung kayo yung tatanungin nun, what is your salary expectations? Ano yung sasabihin niyo? 20K per month? 30K per month? Ano sa tingin niyo? Diba, when you ask that question, magkakaroon kayo ng thinking, ano ba yung tawag dito parang salary range na deserve ko? And during that time, bilang isang young professional, kaka-graduate ko lang, wala akong work experience. Ang sinabat ko dun sa interviewing manager, ang salary expectation ko is 5,000 every month. So parang 2,500 siya per cut-off. And during that time, feeling ko okay na siya kasi parang wala naman akong family, yung mga kapatid ko, pinapaaral naman ng parents ko. So parang yung 5K for me, okay na, pang sarili ko lang. Pero eventually, di ba, as we, tawag dito, as we continue yung life natin here, marirealize natin na kulang pala yung 5K. So nakakatawa siya kasi, alam mo yun, sa innocent age, di ba, yun lang yung expectations natin. And as we grow, habang umi-enter tayo doon sa journey na yun to becoming a professional, ganun din tayo innocent tayo. Diba? Wala tayong masyadong pang alam kung ano ba talaga yung sinasabi ng real world, yung corporate world. Kasi nasanay tayo in the four corners of the classroom. But when we go outside, doon natin marirealize na the world is tough. Yung competition outside is napakataas. Yung pressure outside the classroom is sobrang mabigat siya. That's why your teachers here in Ferrol National High School, na naging teachers and advisors ko rin, is doing double time to prepare you sa kung ano yung pwede nyo ma-experience in the real world. And I experienced that for first hand, kasi nga yun, native ako dito din ako graduate. And kung ano yung pinapagawa sa inyo ng ibang mga subject teachers nyo, kung naging advisor niyo si Ma'am Karen, naging advisor niyo sila Sir Ed, ganyan, sila Ma'am Buenafe, kung ano yung pinapagawa niya sa inyo, pinapagawa din nila yun sa amin. Magre-reporting kayo, ginagawa din namin yun. Magre-research study kayo, ginawa din namin yun. Diba? Magkagawin kayo ng kung anong mga outputs, mga projects or what's, pinagawa din And trivia, si Ma'am Donna po ay kabatch ko. So alam niya kung paano magbigay ng mga tawag dito, mga assignment, mga projects, yung mga ibang subject teachers din niyo. And those inputs nila sa amin during the past 4 years na kami ay nag-aral sa Pero National High School has a big impact nung kami po ay nag-college na and eventually naging professionals. So I want you na i-take din yung lessons na tinuro sa inyo during the past 4 years and dalhin nyo yun hanggang sa senior high, hanggang sa mga graduate kayo. Kasi first hand namin na-experience yun and magagaranti namin that they are so helpful and very valuable once na nag-enter na kayo ng professional journey niyo. And during that time that I had my first employment, kasagsagan kasi yun ng pandemic, parang after a year na ma-employ ako doon sa OneAb is nagkaroon naman ng pandemic mga year 2020 or 2021. And it was the most challenging part ng career ko because as a newbie, parang tawag dito, kakastart ko lang, few months. Yung mga seniors ko na kasama ko on doing the job, yung doing ng pag-i-interview, pagpapasa ng mga applicants, nagsipag-resignan sila halos. Kumbaga, naghanap sila ng ibang work na mga work from home kasi yun yung nauso eh. Eh yung demand ng work namin is more on face-to-face interactions pa rin during that time. So, nag-resign sila, naiwan ako mag-isa, and I know for the fact, sino na dito ang nag-multitask? Sino mga nag-multitask dito? May assignment dito, may project doon, di ba? Ano pa? Meron pang presentation kinabukasan. So, alam nyo kung ano yung hirap ng pag-multitasking habang nag-aaral kayo. And multitasking, yun din yung nangyari sa akin when the time na nag-resign yung mga seniors ko. Because I have to do yung mga jobs or mga duties nila na iniwan nila bago sila nag-resign. And I used to stay in the office hanggang 10, 11 p.m. ng gabi para tapusin lahat ng workload. Kasi one thing lang ako during that time. And my HR head that time, siya yung nagpakita na example sa akin how to become a leader with character and competence. Kasi during that time, na nagsistay ako sa office para matapos lahat ng backlog, nagsistay din siya hanggang alas 10. Kahit pa yung business hours namin is hanggang 6 p.m. lang ng gabi. So, syempre, parang sa utak, kasi employee ka, ang feeling ko during that time, kaya lang naman nagsistay yung boss ko para matapos yung mga backlogs namin, para hindi pa siya pagalitan sa meetings, kasi pag nakita na hindi maayos yung reports, siya yung papagalitan. So, ang thinking ko is that he is staying in the office for his own parang benefit. Kasi kung magsistay siya doon, mapapadali yung trabaho namin, matutulungan niya ako, magagawa niya yung report ko. Pero later on, I have realized na yung actions na yon ng HR head ko during that time is showing to me how a good leader acts despite of the highs and lows ng trabaho. At bakit ko ito sinasabi sa inyo? Hindi para takutin kayo na ganun pala pa nagtatrabaho na kailangan mo mag-stay sa office hanggang alas 10 ng gabi. Kailangan mong matapos ang trabaho hanggang alas 11 ng gabi. No, hindi yun yung purpose bakit ko sinare yun. But the purpose of that is how my HR head or yung leader ko showed me how to do the work. Not only by competence but also with a heart. Kasi yun yung character na meron tayo. So I want you to remember that competence and character are both foundations of a good leadership. So hindi lang pwede na matalino ka o magaling ka. Kailangan meron ka din puso in serving you. In serving others and being in a group, especially kung nag-work na kayo. And I know for the fact that our leaders na nandito ngayon, gaya sila Ma'am Blas, sila Ma'am Karen, knows kung ano ba yung meaning ng isang pagiging leader. Kung ano ba yung purpose, bakit sila yung nag-lead. And same thing goes to you. Because who knows, di ba? Baka yung katabi niyo pala dyan, siya yung susunod na mayor dito sa Perol. Di ba? Baka yung katabi niyo pala yan, magiging gobernador ng Rockton. Hindi niyo alam. And before you go through in that position, remember to have character, not only competence. Because they too come in hand. Hindi pwedeng leader ka, magaling ka lang. Kailangan leader ka, may puso ka din na maglingkod at maglingkod sa ibang tao. So, in this one, I want you to remember that leading is the ability to do what needs to be done with grace and honesty. So, kailangan tapat ka bilang isang lingkod. And leading is the courage to do what is right even no one is watching. Yun yung integrity na tinatawag namin. So sa current work ko po ngayon as a customer advocate, so meron kaming computers na ginagamit to assist or handle mga interactions namin on foreign clients. And yung screen po ng aming tawag dito, monitors or computers, is naka-screen record po siya. So dalawang monitor. Bawal po kasi sa amin mag-YouTube during sa work, bawal kami mag-research ng kung ano-ano doon na hindi related sa trabaho namin. So working and leading is just like that. Na even walang screen recording or even walang nakatingin, you're doing the job. And it is expected for you to do. Hindi kailangan na may tingin pa sa'yo para gawin mo kung ano yung tama. Hindi kailangan na meron pang nakabantay sa'yo para mag-act ka according doon sa expectations sa'yo. And yun yung pinaprepare sa atin ngayon ng leaders natin inside this school, inside Ferrol National High School. They are preparing you to lead. To lead that with competence, but also with the character, but also with the heart, sa kung ano yung ginagawa natin. Sabi dito, a graduate who is technically brilliant but lacks ethics is a liability. Conversely, a person of character without confidence cannot effectively solve a simple or even a complex problem. Always remember that competence will get you the job. Dahil magaling ka, makukuha mo yung trabaho. Pero dahil sa ugali mo, kaya ka nagsistay. Kaya ka may stay sa isang trabaho. It's not about always being the smartest person in the room, but being the person who has the feet on the ground. Remember as well that competence earns you salary. Dahil magaling ka, maganda yung sahod mo. Diba? Napopromote ka, nagkakaroon ka ng mas malaking salary grade. But your character earns you the respect. Diba? Lagi sinasabi sa atin na hindi mabibili ang respeto. Dahil kusa yung binibigay pag alam ng tao o alam ng leader mo that you are to be respected, that you are worthy to be respected. So competence and character come hand in hand. Hindi lang pwede na isa lang yung bibigyan mo pagka-graduate mo. Your skills and intelligence are the tools that will open the door. They will help you pass interviews, katulad ng sinabi natin kanina, no? Yun yung unang step para magkaroon ka ng trabaho. It will help you to pass board exams. Kung yung mga kukunin yung course ay nagre-require ng bar exams, board exams, etc. Dahil yun sa galing nyo, kaya kayo makakapasa or makakakuha ng job. But remember that your character, your honesty, your kindness, your passions, and how you deal with other people shows yung capacity nyo to become a leader. Kasi kailangan nakikita din yan sa atin. So grade 10 completers do not only desire to lead by position or title. Natawagin kang sir, ma'am, boss, diba? But have a leadership heart na merong character din sa inyo. And I know some of you here might be feeling the weight already, di ba? Ano kaya yung mangyayari in the next 2 years? Di ba? Once na nag-step na ako into the senior high school years ng journey ko in studying and in preparing myself in the future. So minsan, magkakaroon tayo ng complex emotions. Sino dito ang nakapanood na Inside Out? Diba? Inside Out. Anong meron sa Inside Out? Sino dito doon? Si Rai? Si Riley. Anong meron si Riley? Kasi diba nag-enter din siya into the next level. Nag-enter din siya ng next level ng grade. And during sa pag-enter niya ng next level of grade, nagkaroon siya ng iba't ibang emotions. During the Inside Out 1, ano na yung emotion niya? Ilan na niya? Si Joy? Sino ba? Si Sadness? Si Anger? Sino ba? Ilan ba yun? Ayan, si Discuss. Tama. Then, sa Diba? So, nadagdagan. So, same thing din sa atin ngayon. As we step up to the senior high level, I guarantee you will experience more emotions, more complex, kaysa sa kung anong naranasan niyo during the junior high school year. Why do I know that? Even though wala akong hindi kasi ako nag-senior high, kasi kami yung last batch bago nagkaroon ng senior high. So, hindi ko ganun na-experience kung ano ba talaga meron sa senior high. But based doon sa mga nakakasalamuha ko na senior high inside the church, may mga nakakatrabaho na din ako na senior high schools din na nag-working students sila. And they always share kung ano yung stress, anxiety na nararanasan nila during sa senior high school year nila. Na parang, ayun, feel na talaga nila na nasa college na sila. And that is the purpose bakit tayo may K-12. To make you more prepared pagdating ng college and eventually as you step to the working life journey. So ngayon, in the next 2 years, I want you to take this word, resilience. Ano yun sa Tagalog? Resilience is katatagan. Sinong dito? Hindi marupok. Ay, walang marupok. Tama yan. So, yung katatagan is something that you need to take with you pagdating ng senior high school. Bakit? Because more research papers will come over, more thesis defense, diba, ang may experience ninyo. Ano pa? More activities, more projects, more assignments na ibibigay ng teachers, more complex tasks, more multitasking ang mararanasan ninyo. At I want you to take the word resilience as anchor. Pag na-experience nyo na yung complex emotions katulad ni Riley, na hindi niya na alam kung ano yung gagawin niya, di ba? During that time. But with resilience, the baon nyo as you enter the senior high school years, you will be able to overcome yung pressure ng thesis defense. Dahil sa katatagan mo, makakapag-stay ka pa ng another night study sessions. Na dahil sa resilience mo, mapapasa mo yung mga exams mo na mabarating. Dahil matatag ka. And yung resilience na yun is also something na pwede yung dalhin hanggang sa kayo ay magtrabaho na. Dahil lagi na naman sinasabi, walang trabaho, madali. Walang trabaho na tawag dito, pag-petics-petics ka lang. Walang trabaho na kahit air condition yung trabaho mo or nakaupo ka doon sa desk mo. Hindi ibig sabihin mo, noon madali na ang trabaho. And I know for the fact na alam yun ng parents ninyo na nakaupo sa likod. Iba-iba sila ng professions, iba-iba sila ng line of work. Pero ang bottom line mo, lahat ng trabaho nila is mahirap. But because of resilience, katatagan nila to bring you to school, nagagawa nilang magtrabaho. And that's it. That is a perfect example ng resilience na gusto kong ibaon nyo. Because eventually, kayo din is magtatrabaho. Kayo din is pipili ng chosen careers nyo, ng paths nyo, kung anong line of work yung gusto nyo. At kung maghahanap kayo ng madaling work, wala pong ganon. Every line of work is hard-earned sa lahat ng manggagawang Pilipino. And eventually, magiging ganun din kayo. So I want you to take the word resilience with you during that time. And in the next coming 2 years, you will also continue to discover yourself. Diba? So merong iba sa atin ngayon is baka hindi ka sure kung anong strand or anong track yung gusto nilang kunin pagdating nila ng senior high. Diba? Sino mag-i-UMS? Wala ba? Sino magti-TVL? Wala din. Diba? So, ngayon, medyo nalilito pa kayo kasi ganyan din ako when I try to choose my course during sa college. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung course na gusto ko or kung ano ba yung passion ko na gusto kong kunin pagdating ko ng college. And right now, it's okay kasi nandiyan yung teachers niyo to guide you kung saan kayo mas fit na track and kung saan yung mas passionate for you. In the next 2 years, you will begin to unravel your identity, and this is where you start your own opinions. Mas nagkakaroon kayo ng independence to choose and decide at kung ano yung paniniwala niyo. Mas nagkakaroon kayo kayo ng sense of self, ng identity nyo, that ito ang gusto ko, ito ang passion ko, dito ako masaya, dito ako interesado. And yun yung dali nyo pagdating nyo ng senior high. Yun yung maging fuel nyo sa pipiliin nyo na course or track when you enter na yung senior high level. Sabi dito, the person you are becoming in the next 2 years is the person that you want, for you to become in the next 10 years from now. So yung pipiliin nyo